90-Day Fiancé. Before the 90 days revealed why Rick was so concerned about what Trisha was up to in Madagascar, and I'm in shock. This was so upsetting to hear. When you purchase through links on our site, we may earn an affiliate commission. Here's how it works. Warning! The following contains spoilers from the 90-Day Fiancé. Before the 90 days episode, prepare for takeoff. Stream the episode with an HBO Max subscription and read at your own risk. The drama is heating up in 90-Day Fiancé, before the 90 days, and I'm so glad this season will bleed into the 2026 TV schedule. We're already getting some major drama from couples, but surprisingly, the latest episode's biggest headline wasn't from any of the duos I was most excited about, but rather Rick and Trisha. Rick Van Vactor wasn't on my radar at the start of the season of the 90-Day Fiancé spinoff, as his story with Trisha from Madagascar seemed like the standard older male seeking out a younger woman in another country setup. Unfortunately for the couple, their story took a dramatic twist when Rick talked about how his potential fiancée was unreachable for 5 days, and why he wanted to know what she was up to. Latest videos from Cinema Blend. Trisha explained why she went quiet for a while. Rick wanted to know why Trisha didn't answer his calls for 5 days, and why she even went so far as to actively decline when he rang. She explained that during that time, her ex-boyfriend was robbed and blamed her, suspecting her to be an accomplice involved in the crime. Additionally, she claimed her brother hit another person with his scooter, and that she and her family were busy providing for the injured man and making amends with the police to prevent charges being brought against her sibling. Yikes! Readers might wonder, much like I did, why all that would have prevented her from answering the phone to talk to someone completely uninvolved. Rick is also included in that list, but Trisha explained that if she opened up about it out of the blue, he'd think she was making the story up to get money out of him. He accepted that response, though I felt it still didn't make that much sense. That's fine, because it didn't matter to me as much after hearing why Rick wanted to know so badly. Rick's explanation for why he wanted to know made my stomach turn. After Rick found out he had nothing to worry about, he admitted in the confessional that he now had to come clean about something. When Trisha stopped talking to him, he assumed she was with another man. Because of that, he got in contact with an ex who lived in Colombia and made plans to visit her. Trisha got back in touch with Rick again before he went to Colombia, but because he was so sure that she stepped out on him, he went anyway. He then confessed to acting like a couple with his ex and being intimate with her several times. Hearing about this made my stomach turn, and personally, I think it's even more terrible than how Jasmine Pineda cheated on Gino Palazzolo. I think what made it worse in this instance is that Rick didn't seem all that remorseful about what he did, and even seemed to brag about the number of times he had sex with his ex-girlfriend. He wasn't so upset about what he did, aside from the fact that he might lose Trisha over it. The nearly 30-year age gap between Rick and Trisha on 90-Day Fiancé before the 90 days was enough to make me wary of this relationship, but this cheating storyline has me upset about what's to come. And here I thought Sheena's parents stealing Forrest's money would be the highlight of the season. It turns out, we may get a scene more brutal than when Tom Brooks broke up with Darcy Silva, as Rick has to come clean about his infidelity. HBO Max. Plans start from $10.99 a month. HBO Max is the streaming home to the world of DC Comics, the DCU, and Classics, and the 90-Day Fiancé franchise and all its spin-offs. Plans start at $10.99 a month, basic with ads. An HBO Max subscription gives you access to thousands of movies, shows, documentaries, and more. Catch new episodes of 90-Day Fiancé before the 90 days on TLC on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Aside from Rick's unsavory revelations, I'm excited for the rest of this season and need to see how this storyline plays out. 90-Day Fiancé. Before the 90 days just delivered one of its most jaw-dropping moments yet, and fans are still trying to process what was revealed about Rick's growing concern over Trisha's behavior in Madagascar. What initially seemed like simple nerves about a long-distance relationship quickly turned into something far more unsettling, and honestly, I'm in shock. During the latest episodes, Rick's anxiety wasn't coming out of nowhere. As Trisha settled into life in Madagascar, subtle red flags began piling up. She became increasingly vague about her daily routine, avoided direct questions about who she was spending time with, and often brushed off Rick's attempts to check in. At first, Rick tried to stay calm, telling himself that cultural differences and time zone issues were to blame. But viewers could tell his instincts were screaming that something wasn't right. Things took a dramatic turn when Rick admitted that he'd received messages and tips from people claiming to know Trisha locally. According to Rick, these individuals suggested that Trisha was far more socially active than she let on, and not always alone. While the show stopped short of confirming outright infidelity, the implication was clear enough to leave Rick visibly shaken. His concern wasn't about jealousy anymore, it was about honesty. What truly stunned fans was Trisha's reaction when Rick confronted her. Instead of offering reassurance, she became defensive, accusing Rick of being controlling and distrustful. Her refusal to clearly explain her whereabouts or address the rumors only fueled speculation. Viewers were left wondering, if there was nothing to hide, why not be transparent? Adding to the shock factor, Rick revealed that he had financially supported Trisha's move and lifestyle in Madagascar, believing they were building a future together. The possibility that she may have been taking advantage of his trust and money hit hard. Many fans took to social media expressing sympathy for Rick, saying his concern now felt painfully justified. By the end of the episode, Rick was forced to face a difficult truth. Love alone isn't enough without trust. His worry about what Trisha was up to in Madagascar wasn't paranoia, it was intuition. Whether this relationship can survive remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. This revelation has completely changed how viewers see Trisha, and it's one of the most shocking twists this season has delivered.